Okay, so here's why you cannot stop telling your sad story. Listen, you can't speak how you don't feel. You don't think how you don't feel. When you feel like crap, that's when you say things you shouldn't say. That's when you do things you shouldn't do. And that's when you think in ways that do not behoove you. But here's the problem. The more you feel bad and the more you talk about it, all that does is perpetuate that same bad feeling. And as you continue to feel bad, you continue to talk about more bad things. And the cycle keeps perpetuating. That's why there is no such thing as a final release. Every time you think about your sad story, you think about what you're afraid, you talk about what you're afraid of, you talk about what you're doing wrong, all that does is make you feel even worse. And as you feel worse, you want to talk about more crappy things. So listen, very easily here, here's a couple things you can do right now, tonight, to break that fucking cycle. Number one, stop complaining. Complaining for the sake of complaining doesn't do anything. If you complain or vent to a friend or family member and that person can't fix anything, where's the benefit? Zero. And talking about it for the sake of talking about it accomplishes nothing. And again, all it does is perpetuate the same emotional cycles over and over and over and over. So what's the benefit? What's the advantage? Zero. Stop doing that. The next thing you do is very simple. Find somebody who's an absolute expert at that area, at that solution. Find them and work directly with them. Here's the problem. If you just subscribe to the YouTube channel, you don't get course correction. You know, you don't know if you're doing it right. You are limited to the confines of your own personal interpretation of what you think that author means. Unless that person is working directly with you, giving you real-time course correction, how do you know you're on the right track? You don't. So find somebody that, listen, in life, you want a Harvard life, you should probably go to Harvard the very first time. Going to Harvard does not guarantee $1 million a year job, but it certainly does shift the odds in your favor. Don't you think you deserve to shift the odds in your favor? Great, find that person. Once you found that person, you know, look, I get life can be tough. Maybe they have some kind of introductory program. Maybe they have something that's at some level where you get some kind of real feedback from them. Do the best you can. Look, you should push yourself this life. Because listen, one of the other things too is that in life we tend to value those people who value themselves. You know, look, going to Harvard is scary. Going to Harvard is hard work. Going to Harvard is investment. But don't you think you're worth it? Don't you think you're worth the investment? Here's a problem. Words mean nothing. Actions mean everything. If you really love yourself and believe you're worthy of shifting odds in your favor, then you're just going to do it, even if it's a little scary. But in life, we tend to value those people who value themselves. If you want people to treasure you and value you, guess who it starts with? It starts with you. So find that best person, find a way to work directly with them, get that real-time course correction, work with that person who has those quote-unquote 2mm shortcuts, because they can make your life a hell of a lot easier. Because remember, motivation is the product of knowing you have the right strategy. One of the reasons why you lose motivation is because something deep inside tells you you don't know what you're missing. So those are 3 things you can do tonight to make your life a lot easier, okay? Have a great weekend. May this be the rebirth. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.